You ever walk into a gun store, see a cheap, budget safe, and think you found a steal, only to realize months later that the fire rating is a myth, the lock jams, or the interior swells from humidity? I've been there, and the regret that follows is why I always pause before hitting add to cart on any low-price safe. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In today's review, I'm digging into the STEELWATER Max Series 45 long gun safe and figuring out whether it actually saves you from that buyer's remorse or just adds another layer of maybe. First off, the category itself is a minefield. A gun safe isn't just a metal box. It's a fire shelter, a burglary barrier, a moisture controller, and, for many owners, a little home for accessories like cleaning kits and extra magazines. The biggest mistake people make is treating those needs as separate purchases, then ending up with a safe that protects against burglars but dissolves in a kitchen fire, or a fire-rated safe that turns the interior into a swampy mess after a humid summer. The STEELWATER Max tries to be a honest-op solution, so let's see how it handles each of those demands in real life. The biggest headline is the 150-minute fire protection rating. In plain English, that means if a typical house fire reaches 1,800 F, the safe's interior should stay below 350 F for 2.5 hours. For a rifle that's sitting in a gun room next to a furnace, that's a solid safety net. I've spoken with a few owners who live in wildfire-prone areas. They tell me the peace of mind comes from knowing their long guns won't melt into a metal mush if a brush fire spreads to the house. The warranty backs that claim up with a lifetime fire and burglary guarantee, which is rare for a safe in this price range. It's not a lab-tested guarantee I can verify, but the manufacturer's confidence is a tangible signal that they expect the unit to survive a serious blaze. What sets the Max apart from a standard steel box is the built-in dehumidifier. Moisture is a silent killer. Rust can form on a barrel in just a few weeks of high humidity, especially if you live in a coastal climate. The dehumidifier circulates dry air inside the safe and pulls excess moisture into an internal reservoir that you empty every few months. In practice, owners have reported that after a particularly damp winter, their rifles came out looking the same as the day they were locked away. The system runs off the interior outlet, so you don't have to plug anything into the wall, and it's quiet enough that it doesn't interfere with a home office or a family movie night. The interior lighting is another practical feature. Most safes rely on a small, dim bulb that you have to manually switch on, which can be frustrating when you're trying to locate a specific rifle in a dark room. STEELWATER installed automatic LED strips that turn on as soon as you open the door, bathing the interior in a bright, even glow. In a real-world test, imagine pulling a rifle out for a quick range session at dusk. You'll appreciate not having to fumble for a flashlight or wait for a bulb to warm up. The light also doubles as a subtle deterrent. A well-lit safe signals to a potential intruder that you're serious about security. Now for the storage layout. The Max series is designed for long guns, and the door organizer provides a place to stash magazines, cleaning kits, and even a small first aid kit. The shelves are adjustable, which means you can fit a 45-inch rifle, a shotgun, or a couple of shorter carbines side by side without feeling cramped. For someone with a modest collection, say 3 rifles and a few accessories, the space is generous. However, if you own a larger arsenal, you'll find the interior volume hits a ceiling quickly. The Max moniker is accurate for moderate collections, but it's not a solution for a full-scale armory. One of the hidden trade-offs is the delivery model. STEELWATER ships curbside only, which means the safe arrives on a pallet at the edge of your driveway. If you have a garage that's big enough, you can maneuver it in yourself, but the unit weighs close to 400 pounds. The company mentions that garage delivery may be possible if the driveway is wide enough, but you're left coordinating a heavy lift with friends or a local moving service. For urban dwellers or anyone without a clear path from the curb, this could become a logistical headache, a factor that cheap safes often overlook because they're lighter and come with door-to-door delivery. On the security front, the lock is electronic with a keypad that backs up to a mechanical key. I've used a few electronic locks on safes, and the main gripe is latency, the time it takes for the lock to disengage after you enter the code. STEELWATER's lock feels snappy. The door clicks open in under 2 seconds, which is a nice balance.